What's up there, everyone? This is DinoSasha here, and welcome back to another review. And today, we're gonna take a look at the figure. It is the Safari Ltd 2013 Dimorphodon. Now, Dimorphodon, which name means two morphed or formed teeth. It's a genus. Two-shaped teeth is a genus of a medium-sized pterosaur that lives in the early Jurassic period, about 195 to 190 million years ago, what is known as Europe. Now, though most of all, the size of this Dimorphodon could have resisted. The length was about 1 meter, 3.3 feet long, and the wingspan is about 1.45 meters, 4.6 feet long, and despite the fact it has an unidentified weight. Now, Dimorphodon is the most one of the known pterosaurs can have teeth. Yes, that's right, a pterosaur with teeth, unlike Pteranodon. And it's also being popular in Jurassic World since for now. And I must say, the Dimorphodon is an expected pterosaur. However, they're only descend from a much far away from pterosaur, since they have a very considerate structure, and mostly their descent relatives to them belong in a member of the genus, and especially its more distant relative, Papyrocephalus. Now, so they carnivorous that mainly eat fish and other small animals. So let's talk about the sculpt on this pterosaur. The sculpt, it's really nice to me. I think it's a consideration that this pterosaur is a really good adaptation of what animal is or look like in the beginning. So yeah, I think Dimorphodon has a great sculpt. It looks nice, it looks traveling, and looks nice to what pterosaur is capable of. I mean, Dimorphodon could be a deadly pterosaur with a razor sharp teeth. And yes, let's talk about the pose. It's like a flying pose. It's a pose, it just make it fly. But it would search out for a prey or a small animal to find or find a shelter. And yeah, it's a really good pterosaur, but I like the details. It's like a fur details. And yes, most pterosaurs need to fly to need their wings, like a bat or sometimes. So, I'll talk about a collar scheme. The collar scheme looks nice because there has a black stripe on the neck, which is random for sometimes. And yes, there is also a hole on their ears, and also claws and toes all around it. And the beige color, which is from the fourth of the up here, sometimes, and the downwards, and which is downwards with it black ones, and there is also red and brownish wing colors and the red head, which is basically a Dimorphodon specimen that occurred. Also, don't forget to something that this specimen is in fact a Dimorphodon macroenixus and also winged Thererubu, which is a different type of pterosaur. But the only type specimen is Dimorphodon macroenixus is basically a very good undebatable pterosaur. And despite the fact, this is an absolute damn pterosaur that is. The Dimorphodon is said to be one of the species of pterosaur native only in Europe for sometimes. However, well, for sometimes the accuracy looks similar to what it seemed like a skeleton reconstruction because this pterosaur has a really good accuracy point, which is really nice to a pterosaur, and I think it's a considerable to make sure to think of a pterosaur like that. So, let's talk about the review. So let's look at the size measurement. So let's see what's the length on that pterosaur. The length was only at about for some pterosaur. It's reaching at approximately what it says. Oh yeah, the length. It's only just a measure. It's at about sometimes it's in 5.2 inches, which is it's only at about some measurements. Okay, let's just think. Oh yes, this pterosaur size, it's only at about 12.5 centimeters, and the wingspan is another length. We can measure this one, that the wingspan on it, which is basically long, which is about so it's 7.5 inches, and which is only at about sometimes at you guessed it 18 centimeters. So for another comparison, here we can see a long-tailed and a sharp-toothed pterosaur that I brought from another safari. Here's with the Rhamphorhynchus, a pterosaur from the beginning of Jurassic. So let's compare to one of the two species. However, this is anticipation that they both have sharp teeth, they both have wings, and they're able to fly, and also they have the same tail. They have their same structure, but except it's longer. The only difference is because its wings are much larger than my Dimorphodon. And basically, let's compare it with the head. And it looks randomly in a bit different way. So let's talk about what pterosaur's head. So let's talk about the comparison. The head of the Dimorphodon is look like an oval shaped, which is the yellow eyes, but I forget something. This one is a bit triangular, oval-like shaped. So these pterosaurs are not related. So because of the Dimorphodon lived in the early Jurassic period, which is from Europe, and while Rhamphorhynchus is about late Jurassic period, it was much lived before the Dimorphodon. And because I like what the pterosaur sounds like, but this is really good figure. Well, I'll give it 9 out of 10 because it's actually looks great. Most people review, because one of the reviewed figure is the Bionicosaurus, which is my own-time dino tuber, because he just made Dinosaur Island. When I tried to attempt it in Season 6 on my old channel, but it failed miserably because, yeah, no longer here. So I'll decide to make on Dinosaur World or Prehistoric Documentary or my Primal, because this is very important to know. But I think I like the Dimorphodon with the resistance and, you know, basic pterosaur size. It doesn't matter. This creature is a bit acceptable. Well, I will make a creature spot of the Dimorphodon because this pterosaur looks nice. And yeah, for the design of pterosaur, looks a bit nice. I would rather something else with it. So there will be upcoming review or something, and let's just get in with it. Well, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the like, subscribe to my channel, and click the bell notification so you'll never miss a video, and leave a comment below, and I hope you see for another review about the Collectate Andrewsarchus. So goodbye, everyone, and see you all next time.